friends, welcome back to my channel. Sass here. I'm here for another recap of Love After Lockup. Last night's episode, baby, it was good. I enjoyed it. Deny, honey. See, that's the name of the game. Y'all, the men on this cast has blown my mind. I don't think, in my opinion, has there been a cast of men this arrogant, this selfish, this ungrateful, this rude, the most disrespectful men? Has there ever been a cast? Honey, they are taking the cake with this one. You done spent many years in prison and you come out and you think that somebody owes you something. And the women are just la-di-dee, la-di-da. What are you getting out of it? Half of you ain't even getting the pain. They giving it to someone else. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about a disrespectful fool and his 38-year-old woman who seems to be taking it. But she ain't innocent either. So we have Antoine. Antoine sitting in the passenger side of the vehicle, pouting, mad because he didn't get a car. He was unable to get a car because Lacey says, you ain't gonna put no car in my name. Absolutely not. Even though he don't have no job, no license, and he wants to drive around in the car. Well, you know what? Fine. Because see, everybody else is driving around without a license. Why not Antoine? So Antoine's like, look, okay, I'm in a bad mood. I thought I was going to get a car. But see, if I got a car, I would be in a better mood. So Lacey was like, listen, why you being a Debbie Downer? Let's go to this pretty little romantic lookout. It's beautiful. You can see the whole city. He was like, I ain't with that fool. So she was like, come on, let's look at it. He was like, listen, I don't want to. I just want to go home, boo. So they get out of the car and she was like, look, isn't this beautiful? He was like, no, it ain't beautiful. I don't even want to be here. I want to be home, fool. Okay, all right. That's one too many fools. I'll stop. So he's pounding, she's fussing. She's like, you the most ungrateful person I've ever met. Just because I didn't put a car in my name. The reason why I didn't put the car in my name, because I don't fully trust you yet. Then why did you take him? Even that, you had no business taking him to begin with. You know he ain't got no license. So they get home, and they're fussing. They're going back and forth. She still got her puffer coat on. So he says, okay, you running off at the mouth. I got some for you. So he goes back in the bedroom, and he pulls out that letter that she written him under someone else. So he said, what is this, fool? What is this? You think you was going to hem me up? Born tonight, not last night. So here is Antoine talking about how he received this letter. It was weird off the jump. The letter was aggressive, talking about, do I have a girlfriend? Do I want an F? All this stuff. He said, I knew someone right. So then he looked at the handwriting and he said, this girl tried to roll one up on me. So he compared the handwriting and he seen that she was the one that sent it. 38-year-old Lacey. Can you imagine being a 38-year-old woman sending a fake letter to your incarcerated boyfriend? Lacey, I know you know in the inside of your jaw. Just blows my mind. So she's busted. Her face is cracked. She's embarrassed. So she was like, oh, well, that's the only only reason why you didn't write me back is because you knew it was me. So she's huffing, she's puffing, okay? She mad. She done went in her bedroom, slammed the door. He was like, you ain't getting me. She done threw the pillow on the couch. He said, good. He said, this is where I want to sleep anyway. Good. It's the next morning. He already high. Ever since Antoine has gotten out of prison, he been high and he been drinking. High. High. His eyes are red. I'm like, will somebody please give him some Visine? So he's tapping on the door. Can I come in? All sweet. Because see, he needs some. You need to be knocking on the door at the job employment agency. He goes in. She was like, no, only positive energy in here. So he walks in. He's doing little, sweet talk. And so he was like, what's the plan for the day? Okay. What's the plan for the day, boo? So she says, well, I'm going to run some errands, meet up with my sister. She's dying to meet you. And so then he was like, oh, well, I don't know about all that. See, my homeboy, he just got out of prison and he wants to meet up. Let me get this straight. Antoine says he has social anxiety. He don't like to be around a whole bunch of folks. He don't want to go inside of a restaurant to eat. All because he was in solitary confinement for 2 years. And they keep bringing that up. Solitary confinement, solitary confinement. But the minute he is able to meet up with his homeboy, I'm good. What you and your homeboy gonna do? Y'all gonna chill at his house? Y'all ain't gonna go nowhere. What if his homeboy got people over at his house? You gonna go outside? Boy, if you don't go somewhere and sit down on some thumbtacks. So then she was like, yeah, okay, all right. So she gives in. And then she comes second guessing herself, talking about, I don't know what he's going to do while I'm at work. That's the question you asking. The question should be, I don't know what he's going to do when he's at work. Let's move on, y'all. I'm tired of talking about them. I'm tired of it. This is going to be short and sweet. Let's talk about Martell and Kayla. Kayla, you moved from Pittsburgh for this. I'm going to say it every week until I can justify this. You moved from Pittsburgh to this. Your family, who you say you tight with, for this. So Kayla, she's late picking up Martell because this the day Martell gets out of the halfway house. So she late. She's, I think, 45 minutes late, hour late, whatever. So she's late. So she's like, Lord, he's going to be upset. I overslept. I was tired. He pulls in. He didn't say, hey, baby, how you doing? I love you. He didn't say none of that. He's sitting there steaming. Martell, why you was standing there mad, pouting? You should have put on some chapstick. Because, honey, baby, your lips look like that. See, that's what your lips look like when you were standing there all pouting and throwing a tantrum. Shouldn't you be happy that someone was there to pick your ass up from the halfway house? So Kayla was like, I apologize. I overslept. I'm sorry. He was like, you know how long I've been standing down here for an hour in the cold? She was like, I know. I'm sorry. She was like, you want to drive? Yeah, I want to drive. So he got behind the vehicle of her car. Already on the phone with his homeboy. She says, listen, I'm hungry. Let's go get breakfast. So he says, well, I'm trying to go to the strip club, trying to get a bottle, talking to my homeboy. So she was like, okay, well, I know some places. Here she is compromising. I know some places where we can go and we can do all that. They are in the ATL. So he was like, bump that, I need to go to the barber shop. He's still driving her car. So she was like, I don't need to be going to no barber shop. My hair done. He said, I'm going to the barber shop. So he pulls into a parking lot. I'm assuming it's the barber shop. He gets out of her vehicle. And he tells the producer she ain't coming in. She's staying in the vehicle of her vehicle. So she says, what? She says, oh no, you're not going to tell me what I'm going to do inside my vehicle. So honey, baby, Kayla drove off. And he was like, I don't know what y'all going to do. And so the producer said, is she driving off? He said, I'm going to get a haircut. He could care less. Again, disrespect, selfish, arrogant. You behind the wheel of her car and you making demands. I'm so glad Kayla pulled off. Kayla, while you pulled off and you drive to Pittsburgh and don't come back. Let's move on. So let's talk about Branwen and Chaz, honey. This ain't gonna take long. Branwen and Chaz are at her place. Y'all, let's not forget her friend's baby daddy. I think his name is Michael. Yep, that's it. Michael. They in the bedroom. They look awkward. Let's not forget, they're married. Here comes Michael. Michael look like he's been through some things. Hard face, hard life. It look like he could tell some stories. So it's time for Chaz to meet Michael. Branwen is there. So Michael's just telling the rules. Stay sober. Don't be bringing no mess in my place. It ain't gonna be no bang bang hanky panky in my place. And it's good. I ain't gonna have no problems whatsoever. You get it? Get it good. So Branwen was like, listen, I'm cool with it, okay? I'm just happy that you let me stay here. And so Chaz, even though he's a little apprehensive because who wants to leave their wife with another man? But Chaz ain't got no other choice because Michael already said you ain't staying here. Take your feet to the street. That's what he said. So Chaz, he leaves. He goes to the hotel. Branwen is in her room, and guess who she's talking to on the phone? Thick neck, Aaron, the ex-boyfriend. So she's talking to him. How did he get her number? Through the friend? Okay. So he's talking to Branwen, and Branwen said, listen, the SES was on point, but you know what? We weren't good for each other. We were toxic for each other. When I needed him the most, he ran the other way. Let's not forget, when she got locked up, Aaron booked. What type of boyfriend is that? He left you hanging. Why are you even talking to him? And then she says, I love him. This is a confusing situation. When just hours ago, she married Chaz. She says she loves Chaz. She says that the men that she used to date wasn't no count, wasn't no good, toxic. But Chaz, he's a good dude. He takes care of her. She loves him and he loves her. Meanwhile, Chaz is in the hotel room talking to his sister about Branwen. Y'all, what y'all think about Branwen and Chaz? Do y'all care? I think Branwen, when she told Aaron she loved him, I was like, damn. Branwen, you gonna dump Chaz. He done gave you the best ring in all of the history of Love After Lockup. That's a positive. All the other chicks on this show got rings from the dollar store. You actually have a diamond. All the other chicks got diamondoids and diamondiques and Cuban zirconiums. Glass. Let's move on. Lord, this ain't gonna take long either. Rick and Yuck Mouth Ray Dean. Now listen. Rick, I don't feel a bit sorry for you, darling. No, I don't. 50-some-year-old man competing with a woman who's in prison for the next 4 years. And you running around here making sure that Ray Dean is okay. Even though she playing you from jump. Oh, he got a surprise for Ray Dean. Ray Dean don't like surprises. You need to surprise a dentist. So, his homeboy, his friend, whomever, got a hot tub. He done put rose petals around the hot tub. He got some appetizers. He done bought her some bathing suits. The hot tub was bubbling, okay? It looked nice. But did y'all see the pool? Y'all, the pool was glowing. It was green, it was dirty, it was nasty. I said, if y'all, did they clean the hot tub? Because see, for what the pool looked like, the hot tub wasn't clean. Somebody just poured some dish detergent in there and made some bubbles. That's what they did. They should have been pouring some hydrogen peroxide. Folks just out here living foul, got germs and all kinds of stuff. Infections. We'll get to that next. So she's like, oh, this is so sweet. No man has ever did this to me. No chivalry, no love, no kindness. Rick is doing all those things. And then Rick wants to get a little freaky dicky. Okay? He is sucking at the feet. I was like, yeah, bye-bye. No, sir, no, ma'am. We don't need to see all that. And of course, she has this nervous laugh and she seems uncomfortable because her true love is Kay. So, after all that, they had a good little time in the hot tub. We have Rick at home with his roommate. His roommate was like, where is Ray Dean at? He was like, oh, she's at her parents' house. You know, she was like, well, why don't I ever see her? What's going on? Y'all don't spend any time together. Why isn't she here? Oh, she says, you know, if I'm fresh out of prison, I'm going to be bent over somewhere. Crack of the back. Okay? Hey, you be out here wandering around my parents' house? I'm going to be somewhere making handprints on the wall. I'm going to be somewhere beating my head up against the headboard. See, that's what the roommate said. So she said, something ain't right. She has a secret. She hides something. She hides something. But of course, Rick, he's so in love. And then we see Ray Dean at some little coffee shop, child. And she is like this. Because she is unable to talk to W-I-F-E spells liar. Honey, baby. Ray Dean out here living foul, child. She has a whole wife. And guess who her wife is? K-A-Y. And I'm not talking about the jewelers. She is married to Kay, and no one knows. Rick, let that go. Let it go, Rick. Let's move on. Let's talk about Chance and Taylor. Chance done met up with his homeboy. They're at a jewelry store. Chance says, listen, I have money from being incarcerated. Honey, he said he worked in prison. He got $150. He said he's ready to propose to Taylor. And so he told the juror, he told the woman, of course he's fresh out of prison. I don't know why people keep telling strangers this? Why do they need to know that? You are an ex-felon. You are a felon in a jewelry store. Y'all, I bet you, honey, her heart stopped. I bet she pushed the button. How long you been out? How long were you in prison? 8 years? He said he's on a budget. He needs about a $550 ring. Chaz, you still up on everybody else. Chaz said I ain't playing. Chaz went and got a $4,000 ring, and you coming up with a $550. But one good thing about it, Chaz has a job. Yes, he does. J-O-B. I said, okay. Okay, because see, he's the only one that I have heard of anybody speak of about a job. The only one. Chance. Hallelujah. Salvation and glory. So, he's getting a ring. He's talking to his homeboy. And he says that he is ready to pop the question. He also said this statement. Cute girls are a dime a dozen. I'm going to let y'all know on that statement. I ain't going to say nothing. Y'all going to say it in the comments. I'm just repeating what he said. I didn't say that. He said cute girls are a dime a dozen. See, you could just marry on any cute girl. But he got tamed. I didn't say nothing. I'm just repeating what he said. Apparently he liked her because, honey, she done ended up sick. Now, she got pain in her body, child. Her stomach, her side, her back, side. She thought maybe she was pregnant. It was hurting her. So, her and Chance go to the emergency room. They took a pregnancy test. She's not pregnant at this time, thank God. So, the doctors was going to transfer her to another hospital. They said, wait a minute, let's get this test back. Come to find out, Taylor had an infection. Infection? Apparently, her and Chance been doing it all kinds of ways. Front side, back side, hanging from the chandeliers, on the floor. As someone said on Twitter, how you doing all that on an air mattress? Twitter for the win. Woo! So they out here raw dogging it. He probably ain't washed his ping, or maybe she didn't wash her boob, and honey, she done got an infection. Now, while you're spending all those hours at the hospital, where was the children? See, y'all were so concerned about the children when they had a couple of pillows on the floor. Y'all threw a fit, especially Chance, about Bobby not watching them. So, who's watching the kids while you're at the hospital and doing all this wild and crazy rough sex? Going around there looking foolish and stinking, the great value version of 50 Shades of Grey. If y'all don't go somewhere and sit down in some hot bath water, that's what you do. Let's move on. Last, oh yes, and certainly least, let's talk about Harry and Indy. Now, before I get started on this, I'm just going to hit the hot spots, okay? But I do have a question for you all. Comment of the day. Leave it down below. Other than what's wrong with Indy. We've already discussed that. low self-esteem, no self-respect. My question to you all is, why is it that Indy is putting up with this garbage? Why? Seriously. She has no job. Obviously, he don't care nothing about her. He is openly cheating on her. Let me just get into it. So, we have Harry at his sister's house. Now, at first, I was thinking, Harry got another girlfriend? I was definitely thinking it was another girlfriend. But you know, I always tweet during Love After Lockup, and somebody was like, no, that's his sister. I was like, thank God. So Harry hasn't been home for a week or so. Now we know he's with Terry. So instead of him taking his butt home to face Indy like a man that he claims he is, he cowered out and went to his sister's house. He was like, I don't know what's going on with me and Indy. I don't know who I'm going to choose, her or Terry. He is an a-hole, y'all. He is a disrespectful, spoiled, selfish, arrogant a-hole who don't have anything. So the PO calls, and the PO says, where are you at? Here's Harry. Here and there, I've been busy, I've been working. Just lying. So the PO says, your sister called and said you ain't been home. You know that's part of your probation, right? I'm about to dig in your tail. You give me an address. You are paroled to your sisters. Why are you elsewhere? We've had this conversation. Give me an address. If you don't give me an address, I'm going to send your butt back to prison. Here's Harry. Of course, he don't care nothing about nothing. He's just laughing and thinking it's funny, and he don't care anything about his freedom. We have seen him drive a car without a license. We have seen him get pulled over. We have seen him drive a car without a license again. And stop right there. We seen, what's his name, Chance get behind the wheel of the car. Did he get his license? Just fools. And we have seen him not stay at the residence he's supposed to stay at. He just don't care. Meanwhile, there's Indy talking to, someone said it beautiful on Twitter, a Groupon psychic. Twitter wins again. I said, not a Groupon. You can get 2-for-1 readings for $10.99. It's stupid asses. But it's not a psychic, it's a spiritual advisor. Here Indy is asking this woman about what she should do in her relationship when it's been smacking her upside her forehead. Indy, you sit there and you said, is his love genuine? Question mark. Y'all, I almost took my TV and slammed it up against the wall. Y'all, I don't know what's wrong with her. Is his love genuine? He hasn't been home for a week. He disrespects you every time he can. He talks down to you. You have actually seen proof of his infidelity. In fact, she sat there and says that she don't have proof. Indy, you seen it through the text. You may not have seen exactly what was written, but you seen the heart emojis. And you seen her name, and you know he's cheating because you don't call Jerry the B word. You in your feelings? I just don't get it. What is keeping her there? Obviously, the pain ain't good because he ain't giving it to you, Indy. He's giving it to someone else. And can I say raw dog in it? I'm going to need for somebody to So here she is making excuses, even though she knows he's cheating. When I think about cheating. Come on, Gretchen Wilson. So here's Harry, begrudgingly, going back to his sister's house. Ain't been there in a week. Here's Indy. Oh, here you are, finally coming home. So he was like, shh, not too loud, I don't want my sister up. So they go downstairs, and it was the most pathetic, sad conversation I've ever heard. Indy asked him point blank, where were you? I don't need to answer that. Who were you with? I don't need to answer that. Are you cheating? We don't need to discuss that. Here is Harry with the attitude. Harry. And he's talking about his freedom. He's talking about he's a man. He needs to make the decisions. That the reason why that he's out and about is because of Indy. And Indy is going back and forth. Indy, who's almost 30, Indy, a mother, is going back and forth with the likes of Harry. Harry spelled freedom. Harry spelled incompetent. Harry spelled condom. Harry spelled incarceration. You out here talking about you need to do this, you need to do that, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Indy is in his sister's house with her child not working while her man, spiritual husband, was gone for a week. Why is she still there, y'all? Why is she still there? She don't have no kids with this man. She's not married to this man. And furthermore, this man don't respect her. She said it out her mouth. She said, you are a narcissist. You are disrespectful. You don't respect me. And he don't. He's just talking to her any kind of way. And she's taking it. I don't have no sympathy for Indy, y'all. I don't have no sympathy. She should have been gone. Is it the show? Is the show telling her to stay? I just don't understand this. Is it for the big build-up when her mom comes? You think I'm going to sit on national television and embarrass myself for a little change? For someone who don't even love me and respect me week after week? That's it, y'all. Y'all know what to do. To my new subscribers, welcome to the family. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends.